Welcome to another International Manifesto Group webinar. This one, as you know, is on the Paris Commune and its revolutionary significance today. And it has been co-sponsored by Midwestern Marx. We're holding this webinar on one day after the 152nd anniversary of the start of the Commune. And I might add, we're doing it at a time when once again the workers of Paris are up in arms and the situation is very tense, as you know, in Paris. My name is Radhika Desai. I'm the convener of the International Manifesto Group. And I thought I would just start us off by listing about 4 reasons that I could think of why it's critically important for us to understand from a historical point of view, and also in terms of its contemporary significance, what the Paris Commune was about. Well, first of all, most simply, the Commune was, in Marx's words, essentially a working class government. The first instance of such a government. It was, he said, the produce of the struggle of the producing against the appropriating class, the political form at last discovered under which to work out the economical emancipation of labor. And that is why Marx devoted one of his most important works, The Civil War in France, to this event, examining it primarily for its importance as a form of transition from capitalism to socialism. Secondly, it was, as Engels said in his introduction of 1891, an instance of what the communist movement likes to term the dictatorship of the proletariat. He said, do you want to know what the dictatorship of the proletariat looks like? Look at the Paris Commune. That was the dictatorship of the proletariat. Thirdly, and precisely because it was so centrally important, Lenin devoted vast swathes of his State and Revolution to this event, and to Marx and Engels' analysis of the event. State and Revolution was written between the February and October revolutions of 1917. In this text, Lenin had clearly intended to update what he considered the best understanding of the stakes in and the challenges of the transformation of today's capitalist and imperialist states into worker states, embarking on a transition to socialism. And this text therefore included reflection on the still fresh February Revolution. But just before he got to that, he was actually interrupted, ironically, by the October Revolution and its consequences, which of course put Lenin in charge of the first successful communist revolution. That the manuscript broke off just when he was ready to tackle the experience after summing up the inherited wisdom is ironic, tragic, and perhaps, given the huge challenges of intellectually digesting an experience so recent, which Lenin had been such a central protagonist, of course, very telling. Finally, and the fourth reason, and this is perhaps particularly relevant for us today, precisely because the experience of the Paris Commune is so critically important, it has been the special target of distortion, not only by mainstream scholars whose anti-communism is on open display, but also by all too many scholars. I'm thinking of people like Zizek and Badiou and people like that, who claim that they are socialists and even communists and Marxists, but who actually distort the real historical lessons that Marx and Engels wish to draw. Whether they do it out of ignorance and general intellectual incapacity, or because they are duplicitously acting to preserve the capitalist and imperialist status quo, does not matter, and the two reasons are often hopelessly mixed up in any case. But it is important that such distortions are out there, and they are there to mislead so many of us, because they typically see the central concept of the dictatorship of the proletariat through a liberal state versus market or state versus civil society dichotomy, when in fact they should be looking at the character of the state. And they also tend to interpret the Marxist notion of the withering away of the state in terms of petty bourgeois, vulgar petty bourgeois anti-statism. So for all these reasons, we decided that we would organize this webinar on this critically important historical event that was the Paris Commune, to understand its significance for revolutions and revolutionaries today.
I'm Michael Hudson. I'm appearing here for the International Manifesto Group. If you like this video and ones like it, please subscribe. For more information, go to the address on the screen.